My name is Brittany Monae. Monae is actually my middle name, it's not my last name. People do get that confused often. 19 years old, and I'm a poet from Atlanta, Georgia. What made me start writing, I honestly would probably say that in the beginning of my life, I was doing short stories, horror stories. Like, that's all I was writing. I wasn't writing poetry yet until, like, I want to say freshman year of high school. That's when I started writing poetry. So in the beginning when I was writing, it was just because, like, I liked stories. Like, I liked reading horror stories, and it was like a way for me to, like, put characters together. Like, whatever was in my imagination, it was a way for me to get my mind on paper, if that makes sense. And then as I grew older, because that was something I was so comfortable with and I had such successes with, like, every time I would write papers, they would send them off. Like, you know, in elementary school, they would, like, send them off to, like, I don't know, like, those contests or whatever, and I'd always win. So, like, that was something that I loved. And as I got older, I found comfort in it, and then that's kind of how I became into poetry. Because it was more so like, I'm writing to heal, and I'm writing because this is the safest place I know. What made me want to write a book, I would say, would have to be the fact that, okay, the book was not even a plan. Like, mind you, this book has been under my belt for 2 years now. I wrote this book 2 years ago, so I wrote this book when I was 17. And the book when I was 17 wasn't as long as it is now. It didn't even have half the things it has in now. I think over time, I started taking things out and adding more stuff in. But what really made me want to write a book was the simple fact of, or why it turned into a book was the simple fact of, I had all this information, I guess. And it was like, dang, somebody needs to kind of see this. Like, I feel like somebody would heal from this because it's what made me heal, you know? And then whenever I would not be sure in a situation, or if I wanted clarity in a situation, I would always go back to my own writing. So I thought it was kind of cool how, like, I searched for quotes, and my quotes ended up being the ones that I needed. So for me, it was like, let me give that hand. Like, let me see if somebody else can use my quotes, because I know sometimes it's based on the perspective of how people say things and the information of, I guess, who you get it from. And I wanted to be another light. I wanted to use my voice for good. I felt like God gave me a voice. I felt like because I am a writer and because that was one of my strong suits, it was kind of just like the next thing. Like, you're going to be a writer, you're going to keep writing, but are you going to share this information? And I kind of made that choice to just share. I would say my future plans after this book, I really want to do public speaking. It would be really, really dope if I could get into, like, I don't know, I want to create a women's group, but not even a women's group. Like, I want to just create a strong team of individuals that when we go, we travel, and we go talk to these. Like, we host self-love, self-journey interventions. Not interventions, I guess classes. Like, I feel like the number one thing that people don't get taught early is a sense of self, a sense of self-love, and a sense of self-security. So I guess all that resides under a sense of self. And I feel like once we teach that sooner, everything around us gets easier. So that's really my goal, is to spread that message in the best way that I can. My biggest pet peeve, I would say, is when I'm talking to somebody and I don't genuinely understand them, and then I ask them to repeat themselves or ask them to further, and then they're like, never mind. Like, what was the point of you even bringing it up in the first place? What was the point of us even having the conversation in the first place if you're not gonna help me understand? Like, and I think when people say never mind, it's not like, I think that in the, like, when, okay, I think the thing that frustrates me the most about that is that when people do that, it's usually not about you, it's about themselves. Like, and what people will realize in life, a lot of things that we do are a reflection of based upon how we feel and things in ourselves. So I feel like when people do that, they're not sure with, like, what they said, or secure in what they said, or even secure in what they're not secure in the fact that they can explain to me in a deeper gist to get me to understand. So I don't really worry about things like that, but I don't like that. Like, if you're gonna talk to me, just tell me what to tell me. I would say my favorite genre of music would have to be soul, neo soul. Like, you will literally hear me blasting the internet, IMDb, Willow, just a lot of R&B, a lot of soul. That's like my hub, my home. So right now my book is on 2 websites right now. It's on my personal website, callmecupid.bigcartel.com, and then it's on Amazon. And so yeah, on Amazon all you gotta do is either type in my name or type in the book title and it'll pop up. The link is always in my bios, which is on my 2 social medias, Instagram and Twitter. I only have Instagram and Twitter. Where's the wisdom for somebody watching this? You have the plan. That's the best thing I can say. There's nobody around you that has a plan. You have the plan. And I know that it's so easy to get caught up in what everybody else is doing, what the wave of the new world is, what your parents think, what your parents may want for you, what your boyfriend, girlfriend may think that you should do. But at the end of the day, there's nobody that knows you like yourself. And if I had followed the plan of everybody else, I would still be in school doing a major that I don't even really like. It's not really like fully my passion. And it took me trusting my own instincts, trusting my own path, trusting my own relationship with God, trusting that if I let go of something, that I'm gonna be blessed with something else. And that's just that fear factor that I had to stop like early. The fear of like, I can't, or it's too hard, or I don't have the resources. Like, you gotta make the jump first and then everything comes to you. And it's scary, you know what I'm saying? But take that leap. You're not gonna regret it. Like, you're 100% not gonna regret it. You have to do what's best for you because nobody else knows what's up here like you do.